So now we're going to be looking at how we can predict future value using the interest formula. If you remember back in Unit 1, we learned that the new number equals the base number, 1 plus or minus the rate. This was the formula that we were used to, that we used quite often. However, now we're going to be looking at the formula in a pretty different light. So now we're going to be looking at the future value, the summative value, S, as the principal, and then 1 plus, and it's always going to be plus. The reason is that we're looking at interest, and we don't deduct interest from something. So 1 plus the rate as a percentage multiplied by the time in years. Now, as you can see, there's an almost direct correlation between each of these values. The only thing that gets added in this is time. So we're actually dealing with the exact same formula that we've been used to working with, just a little bit different. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some examples. A loan of 7,000 dirhams. Okay, so that is our principal. Is made for 6 months. Now remember, when it says 6 months, we need to make this into years. So we're going to put our time equal to 6 over 12. At a simple rate of 8%. The rates are always so easy to find because that's our percentages. How much does the borrower owe at the end of 6 months? So what this is this owe is one of our main key words. What that does is that tells us we're looking for our S, or our maturity value. So we'll set that up. S equals, our principal was 7,000. And then we do 1 plus our rate of 8% multiplied by our time of 6 over 12. And then we close parentheses. Now we're actually going to put this in the calculator exactly as we see it. So we'll get our calculator set up. 7,000. Open your parentheses. 1 plus 8, don't forget the percent sign, times, and then we're going to set up as a fraction, 6 over 12. When we hit equals, we get that at the end of 6 months, he owes 7,280 dirhams. Okay, so let's try another problem just to make sure that we understand fully what's expected of us. You borrow 25,000, so that's my principal, to pay for a new car. If the bank charges 6% simple interest, okay, that's always easy to find our rate. How much do you owe in 3 years? So our time is already set up in years. And because we use the word owe, we know that we're going to be looking for our S value. So we get S equals 25,000, 1 plus 6% times 3. So we've set it up exactly as it appears in our equation, and when we put it in our calculator, we'll put it in the same way. So we clear out what we did before. 25,000, open your parentheses, 1 plus 6% sign times 3. Close your parentheses, and we get that at the end of 3 years, they owe 29,500 for that car. So that's how you find the maturity value, or the summative amount, in simple interest.